Welcome back to another lesson, and today it's a continuation of our previous lesson. If you haven't checked the previous lesson, the link is in the description below. So we are going to talk about the antagonist muscle pairs involved when you walk, when you run, and when you swim. So I think we should begin. So when you walk, several antagonist muscles pairs work together to produce smooth and coordinated movements. Here are some key antagonist pairs involved in walking. So the first muscle pairs that are involved when you walk are quadriceps and hamstrings. The quadriceps contract to extend the knee when the leg moves forward during the swing phase of walking. The hamstrings act as antagonists, controlling the movement and stabilizing the knee. So the second pair of muscles involved when you walk are gastrocnemius and tibialis anterior. The gastrocnemius, also known as calf muscle, helps with the plantar flexion, which means pointing the toes down during the push-off phase. The tibialis anterior acts as antagonist, dorsiflexing the feet, which means raising the toes to clear the ground during the swing phase. So that is the second type of muscle pairs involved when you walk. The third muscle pairs involved when you walk are the Iliopsoas and Gluteus Maximus. The Iliopsoas muscle flexes the hip to lift the leg during the swing phase, while the Gluteus Maximus acts as antagonist to extend the hip during the stance phase, helping stabilize the pelvis. And lastly, we have the fourth muscle pairs involved when you walk, adductors and abductors. The adductors, inner thigh muscles, help bring the legs together during walking, while the abductors, such as the gluteus medius, act as antagonists, stabilizing the pelvis and preventing excessive lateral movement. So all in all, these antagonist pairs ensure a balanced and efficient walking motion, allowing for a coordinated transfer of weight from one leg to the other. So when you are asked what are the antagonist muscle pairs involved when you walk, I hope you'll be having the right answers to give your instructor. So let's move to what are the antagonist muscle pairs involved when you run. When you run, various antagonist muscle pairs work together to facilitate the movement and maintain stability. Here are some key antagonist pairs involved in running. We have quadriceps and hamstrings. The quadriceps contract to extend the knee during the push-off phase and when the leg is forward. The hamstrings act as antagonists, controlling the extension and helping to flex the knee as the foot prepares to strike the ground. So that is quadriceps and hamstrings, which are the muscle pairs involved when you run. The second one, Gastrocnemius and Tibialis anterior. The gastrocnemius, also known as calf muscle, assists with plantar flexion during the push-off, propelling the body forward. The tibialis anterior acts as antagonist, dorsiflexing the foot to prepare for landing and ensuring the toes are lifted to prevent tripping. So if you want to know the meanings of the two kind of complex words, check which muscles pairs are involved when you walk. I explained there. The third muscles are Iliopsoas and Gluteus Maximus. The Iliopsoas helps flex the hip to lift the leg during the swing phase. In contrast, the Gluteus Maximus acts as antagonist, extending the hip during the stance phase, contributing to propulsion and stability. The fourth muscle pairs are adductors and abductors. The adductors, which are the inner thigh muscles, assist in stabilizing the leg during the running stride, while the abductors, such as gluteus medius, act as antagonists, helping to stabilize the pelvis and prevent excessive lateral movement. And lastly, the fifth pair of muscles involved when you run are Erector spinae and abdominals. The erector spinae helps maintain an upright posture and extend the back, while the abdominals act as antagonists by providing stability and preventing excessive backward lean, especially during the arm swing. These antagonist pairs work synergistically to create a coordinated and efficient running motion, allowing for speed and stability while minimizing the risk of injury. I hope you've learned something. We move to what are the types of antagonist muscle pairs involved when you swim. During swimming, several antagonist muscle pairs work together to create coordinated movements, primarily in the arms, shoulders, torso, and legs. Here are some key antagonist pairs involved. Latissimus, Dorsi, and Deltoids are muscle pairs that work on the shoulders. The latissimus dorsi acts as a prime mover when pulling the arm down and back through the water, e.g. during a freestyle stroke. The deltoids act as antagonists, controlling this motion and helping raise the arm out of the water. So those are the first muscle pairs involved when you swim. The second one, Pectoralis major and Trapezius or Rhomboids, which work on the chest and upper back. The pectoralis major contracts to move the arm forward and across the body during the stroke. The trapezius and rhomboids on the upper back act as antagonists, helping stabilize the shoulder and balance the forward pull of the chest muscles. Quadriceps and hamstrings on the legs. During the kicking motion, the quadriceps contract to extend the knee, while the hamstrings act as antagonists to control and balance this extension. When the knee flexes, the hamstrings become the prime movers and the quadriceps act as antagonists. If you do not understand about this, check the previous video that I did. Link is in the description to understand more about agonist and antagonist. So we have come to the end of our lesson for today, which was like talking about antagonist muscle pairs involved when you walk, when you run, and when you swim. I hope you've learned something, and if you want to come across such lessons, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Teacher Gia's channel. We are one family. Take care and bye.